Hi everyone, it's your girl Shanice here once again to share with you about a show that I recently finished and I enjoyed watching. Alright, I know I'm normally not one to talk about Western shows, so this one took me by surprise and that's why I decided to make this video. Now, if you are not subscribed, remember to go ahead and click the subscribe button and turn on your bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. And if you hit the bell, you have to actually say all. If not, it will only default to personalized and you'll only see videos that YouTube feels like you would want to see. All right, with that out of the way, as you already saw, this is to talk about the Amazon Prime show Ride or Die. It's doing really well from what I understand. I think it's like their number 2 most watched or number 1 or something like that. And honestly, I came into this one kind of late, not gonna lie. It started airing, I think it aired all or most of its episodes on July 15th. But I only just found out about it and I actually just binge watched it in like 2 days, okay? And y'all know I like to speed things up. But with this one, I don't think I even went to more than like 2.1 times the speed at most. All right, so I think that tells you like how good it is. And I only had like 8 episodes. So it's pretty short, pretty binge-worthy. It stars Hannah Waddingham. If you've watched Ted Lasso, you know her. I honestly feel like she's so underrated and so beautiful. I love a tall woman that, you know, owns her tallness and height and all that. I love it. And she also stars Octavia Spencer, who I haven't really watched in other things, but I know she's like a pretty big actress here in the States. So, you know, getting to see them and the chemistry that they have, I think that was incredible. I don't think it's been renewed for a second season yet. It set things up enough to where they have enough storylines to flesh out in a second season. And y'all know how I hate second seasons, but at the same time I was just like, okay. If there's a show that deserves one, it's this. I did feel like, I don't want to spoil it too much, but I felt like there were some characters that I did not want to see gone that will not be back for a second season if they do get greenlit for one. I do think, you know, as all Western shows tend to be, it's not like as family friendly as a Korean show. However, it's one of those that if you like action, you don't mind ditzy heroines and protagonists, you'd probably like it. Because one thing that I do tend to have an issue with is a protagonist that's like pretty book smart and then is just completely devoid of common sense. And one of the protagonists is that type of character. So it was a little bit frustrating, but I think that's where you kind of see, you know, the acting chops of the main leads come into play, is how they can still make you really like identify with such flawed characters. And yeah, this one is definitely very full of flawed characters. But yeah, really, let me know in the comments, have you seen this one? You know, I didn't want to give the plot away. I'll just say it's about those 2 best friends played by Octavia Spencer and Hannah Waddingham, who, by the way, Ted Lasso is coming back for a new season, so that's insane. But yeah, let me know, did you get to watch this one yet? Will you watch it now that I've talked about it? Let me know in the comments and let me know what you think. I feel like a lot of Western shows have been just very like curated to a younger audience with very young actors and actresses, and this one was a breath of fresh air for me. You know, I liked seeing the older cast, you know, but it was refreshing because of that. So and it had, all the characters had more gravitas because of, you know, how tenured these actors are, and just they just brought what they needed to bring. But yeah, let me know in the comments. I'd like to hear what you think. As always, I love you. God bless you. Bye.